Hello YouTube. This is a video that I've been threatening to do for a very long time. It's a video where I go in and read all your, well, not all, but most of the YouTube comments on Chronicles of the Chronicler series and respond to them and post a video of me responding to them. Starting off with Fallen Order. Takua stayed as a Toa. He didn't give away his powers in the real story. Yes, that is true. In the real story, he did not give up his powers, but this is a fan fiction story, and at the time, I did not know any of the Bionicle storylines beyond 2006, and even then, I only knew, like, the very basic of 2006, so I'm sorry about that inconsistency. Next comment. Did you use the Matoran writing system for these videos? Yes, I did, and if you can actually read the writing Matoran... If you can actually read the Matoran writing system, you'll see that I actually put in inside jokes during the opening scene of Fallen Order, and I also misspelled quite a few things. Bukama sounds just like Snape. There are a lot of comments that say stuff to this effect. But Bukama, yes, he does sound like Snape. That's what I modeled my voice after. To me, it seemed as though Bukama would have that kind of quality to his voice, and it seemed to really fit it in my own opinion. Of course, you have opinions too, and I respect those opinions, but this is just what I acted on, my own impulse at the time. If I hear one more person pronounce the R in Jowler, I'm gonna strangle him. Jowler. I'm just pulling with you, but apparently there was a thing where when Jala was first introduced in Lego, it was spelled J-A-L-A, J-A-L-A, and it was pronounced Jala, or I used to think it was Jala, but apparently it was Jala. And then when he was renamed to Jowler, spelled J-A-L-L-A, fail, J-A-L-L-E-R, he was, supposedly the pronunciation remained Jala, even though it was spelled Jowler. However, I did it Jowler because that's what I was used to, how I was used to pronouncing it. Okay, where are the ziplining videos, or where are the ziplining? I have seen no videos. That was a deleted scene. I have since, when this comment was posted, that had not been released, but I have since re-released the deleted scene from Chronicles of the Chronicler 1, and I'll put a link in the description or in this little annotation right here. So if you want to see it, it's there. It's not a particularly good edit of it. I stopped filming it partway through because I didn't like the way it was turning out, and it just wasn't working. Ziplining was also revisited in Lost World, if you've seen that one. Yeah, moving on. I hate Bakama's voice. He's like Snape and Squidward. Again, just my own opinion. Takoro, aka some neckbeard's living room. That wasn't my living room. Story is good. Voice is horribad. I assume you mean horrible and bad like... I'm actually thinking that might be... I only just now realized this might be like the Lee Koro, the way they speak with the like quick, fast, and windfly and combining words like that in their dialect. But yeah, I didn't think of that just now, but... Sorry, I know, my voice was kind of bad in the first two films. I tried to make it a whole lot better for the third, and you'll have to be the judge at that if it was better. Why didn't you just use the voice from the trailers? See, I was originally going to have them talk with that modulated voice like in the trailers and the original three short films that I produced before Chronicles of the Chronicler series, Fallen Order began. But in the end, when I started doing it, I thought it was making... it was making them all a little too hard to understand, so I didn't keep that effect going through the whole thing. 247, is that Toamata and Toa Kapaka Nuva snogging in the background? This was another one that got pointed out so many times. It's an error. I'm sorry. It's an error. I had another part of the scene set up in the background, and I neglected to take them down when I shot the next part of the scene. And it's actually Tahu and not Toamata. And Tahu has fallen over and he's leaning against Kopaka. And I'm sorry about that. The Turaga's lie. Toa Kopaka and Tahu never died. That was just a cover-up to the fact that they were gay and making out in the background. And that's not Turaga, Matau, and Whenua. It's Jango Fett and John Lennon. I'm going to dissect that piece by piece. Again, that was the mistake in the background with Tahu and Kopaka being there. And then Jango Fett was not the voice I was going for Whenua, but I was actually going for Ray Winstone, the guy who was in Indiana Jones 4 as, what was his name? I think his name was Mac. And then Matau was actually me imitating George Harrison, not John Lennon. And another one, see Tahoe and Kopaka in the background, and another one seeing Tahoe and Kopaka in the background. Is that Minecraft music in the background? No, that's not Minecraft music, but I can understand why you would think that. That's actually the music from the original Bionicle Mask of Light movie. Although, I think the particular piece you're referring to in this, is it Minecraft music? I think that was actually from Bionicle 2 Legends of Metro Nui. It's all good music, though. You can find clips of it up on YouTube, and I think I actually made a playlist or two about the Bionicle music. I'll put a link in the description. At the end of Fallen Order, wow, he defeated him past plot hole. Sorry, that did go really fast, and it wasn't supposed to be like that, but I had a really hard time filming it, and in the end I got so frustrated I just did it like that. In Mask of Power and Lost World, I did a whole lot more emphasis on the fight scenes, kind of try to make up for the fact that I was really horrible in the first one. This is the best Bionicle stop-motion video series I've seen since Bionicle TV 21's Gresh Wars. Thanks. I've never actually seen Gresh Wars, but I take that as a compliment. Okay, moving on to Mask of Power. At the beginning, during the map sequence, it says Tokoro instead of Takoro. Again, I've talked about that already, misspellings, I'm sorry. Why is Boraz and Brander the opposite? Boraz is Lee Koro, Brander is Takoro. You spelled Boraz name wrong, it's spelled Borez, not Boraz. Why does Kapura have a How instead of Ruru, and Boraz has no Kanohi? It's unknown. Check on Bionicle Wiki. It's fan fiction. Give it a break. Seriously. I'm sorry, but I did not... I knew that Boraz has no Kanohi because he was only mentioned in Mananui Online Game 2. He was never actually shown in-game. So I had the light green mask on hand, so I used that one to kind of differentiate him. And at that point, I had not used that mask for any other character, so I thought it would be a good idea. I'm pretty sure Boraz was Lee Koro, and Brander is Takoro, yeah. That's the way I had it in the film. Boraz is the green one, Brander is the red one. If for some reason I had them switched in the actual film, and I didn't realize it, then I'm sorry. But as for Kapura having a How instead of a Ruru, I decided I wanted the How because in my story I made Jowler and Kapura brothers, so I thought the How would give them more resemblance to each other. I thought it would be bad. Saw Bionicle Light Among Shadows for the first time in all your videos, and now I just want to see more. IDKY, but even if it's not made by a pro, it's good. Want to see more. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you. I'm so jealous of your drawing and building skills. Oh well, I suck at everything, so what the heck. Am I saying everyone is better than me, but you are on the top of that big list. Don't put yourself down, man. I mean, everyone's got great abilities, and I'm sure you have a really good ability too, Time Toa 2000. And I didn't know I had a lot of my abilities right away. I had to find them myself, and I use them to make other people happy. So that's my advice to you. Find what you're good at and find a way to make other people happy. It'll make you very happy knowing other people are made happy by what you do. And really, it's indescribably great. Like, the amount of support I got over these Chronicles of the Chronicler videos is overwhelming to me a lot of the time, and I'm incredibly thankful for everybody. Yeah. LOL, the bad guy sounds like Christopher Lee. Yes, exactly. That is exactly what I was going for. I'm glad you caught on to that. because I wasn't sure a lot of people were. It's not a very good impression of Christopher Lee. But yeah, I'm glad when people realize what I did. No, you destroyed the Lego at 3:13. That's cool, but it hurt to see it. That's another thing that comes up in all three of my films, people commenting that I broke the Legos. I did not intentionally break any Legos for these films. They were already broken beforehand from when I was playing with them when I was little. Like if I had stepped on a Kanohi and it broke, which was the case in the How mask that he's referring to in this video. But yeah, I did not purposefully break any Lego pieces for this film. They were all broken beforehand. So just saying that. 232, that's the sound of your washing machine. Yeah, you're right again, sorry. I didn't spend as much time editing Mask of Power as I should have. I would have edited it out had I had more time. Who else cracked up when Nua said, "Mine allowed me to see in the dark"? I don't get it. Sorry, I don't get what's so funny about that. I love how it zooms out and all the Matoran are on a wooden table. LOL. I, I didn't have anything for a budget of making sets or anything. I had to make do with what I had, and yes, it was a wooden table. I'm sorry. Use your imagination, that's what I did. Whoever made this video, I'm assuming they mean whoever made this video, do you have Skype? I'm not sure I want to be giving that kind of information out, to be honest. If you really want to follow me or any kind of thing, I have a Twitter account, Chronicler 9091, I believe is, yeah, Chronicler 9091. Sorry, I also have an Instagram that's Samson 9091. Sometimes I get confused as to which one's Chronicler and which one's Samson, but I'm on Twitter, Chronicler 9091, and I also have a couple Facebook pages, which I'll put links in the description for. You can go like me there. Okay, moving on to Lost World. It's funny how Huki says to Akmu, "I wouldn't trust you as far as I could throw you," which is actually pretty far. Yeah, I didn't realize that until after the fact, but that was bad writing on my part. Okay, this is a particular one. I actually responded to it on YouTube, but I'm just gonna call it out here because this is a pretty special comment. Frank is making fun of my voice, but this is awesome. And I responded, "Make fun of Frank's voice then." She promptly did in the next video. Love you, Shannon. At 7:50 into the first episode of Lost World, 2 moons are needed. I don't remember there being 2 moons in Bionicle World. Maybe there were and I just didn't know. I knew there were 2 moons on Tatooine, but I didn't know that was the case in the Bionicle World. I don't think Kopaka sounded Russian. He had a more raspy young voice. Again, I'm sorry if Kopaka's voice didn't quite fit what you, the viewers, wanted, but that was a voice that I felt actually fit him very well. And given that he didn't have very many lines, I kind of thought a kind of secluded, darker Russian voice would prove to be more fitting for Kopaka. I can't actually do the Russian accent. My buddy Carl did Kopaka's voice. Awesome how you designed the Toa Nuva with the Toa Metru bodies. That all came down to posability because the Toa Nuva models, you couldn't bend the elbows and you couldn't bend at the knee joints and you couldn't turn their heads. So Toa Metru bodies were a logistic reason. Super awesome. I love how in parts you put them in an outdoor environment. Yeah, I was really excited to do that too. When I found out we were going to a lake house in Michigan for vacation, my family and I packed all my models and took them with me and wrote more scenes into the script than were originally there just to accommodate the fact that I wanted to shoot more outdoor scenes. No, that's twice Jollar has died. I also know she broke Jollar's arm at the ball joint in Nupara's mask, but amazing job. As an homage to, is it homage or homage or homage? I don't know. But as an homage to Jollar dying in Mask of Light, I have Jollar dying in this series too. And also, I remember reading that Mitoro dies in the 2007 storyline, I think. So he also dies in this one as an homage to the originals. Again, with the broken pieces, they were not actually broken specifically for the film. You rock. Are you going to make Chronicles of the Chronicler 4? I'm sorry, I'm not going to make a 4th one. I have run my own course for the films, and I run my own course for the series, and I've ended it at 3. There were initial plans to make a spin-off series, but unfortunately I've discontinued those. I decided not to make them because logistically I couldn't commit to it. So I'm sorry about that, but it was really hard getting the first 3 down too, so I wasn't particularly jumping up and down at the idea of doing a 4th. Although I did really like the story I had, I can't make it work, I'm sorry. I will say one thing, I'm not George Lucas and I know when to draw the line. I noticed at the end it says, based on the characters by Greg Farshtey. That's wrong, he only wrote the storyline, he didn't create the characters, but amazing, I loved every second of it. I was unaware that Greg Farshtey didn't have any part in creating who the characters were. I would have assumed though that going through storyline he would have had at least some say over the characters, but if anybody knows who actually did come up with the characters, please comment below so I can fix that error. That would be much appreciated. Thank you. Job well done. You would make an excellent movie director / producer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is exactly what I want to do with my life. I've actually been accepted to a college out in Chicago where I'm going to learn how to do just that. So, who knows, maybe someday I'll be the next Steven Spielberg. And you can all look back and say, when I was a kid and before he got noticed, I commented on a video of his on YouTube and he commented back, or he responded back to me in a video. So remember that, NASCAR Fango Jimmy. Remember that. May not happen, but remember that just in case it does. Yeah, America! That was by Frank, who does Tahoe's voice. Whenever Shannon, when she was recording her voiceover for Holly, whenever she said something correctly on the first try, she'd be like, yeah, America! So that's a joke, yeah. No, sorry, he seriously broke a gold Vahi face palm. Yeah, at first I didn't understand what that was about, but then I looked it up. Gold Vahi apparently are a rare mask, and again, it was not broken for the film, but still, apparently that's a big loss. Why do you break pieces of Bionicles for the movie? Again, that's the last question of the thing, but why did you break pieces of Bionicle for the movies? Again, I did not. And those are all the comments that I'm going to answer. I'm sorry I couldn't get to all of them, but I don't have the time to do all of them on my memory card, I'm afraid. And it would be a really long video, and I'm not sure everybody would want to watch all that. So I hope you enjoyed, and hope I've answered your questions. So maybe I will see you again on some future project of mine. I sure hope so. Until then, though, thank you for being a subscriber. I just hit 200 subscribers not that long ago. It was actually, it's funny, it was on the day that the world was supposed to end. I reached 201 subscribers. And it was also the same day that Gangnam Style thing got 1 billion views. And it was also the day that Freddie Wong got 4 million subscribers, which, kudos to you, Freddie and Brandon. So, I'm going to end it on that note.